Hello, and welcome to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. I'm Juliet, the daughter.
That makes me, as always, Kevin the dad, and we are back after a brief hiatus because
My computer broke.
it pooped its pants.
It shat the bed. What happened was I was just sitting in bed one day.
Minding my own business.
Yeah, literally. And I opened up my laptop and I just heard crack! And I looked down, and so it started working for a while, but then I couldn't recognize Wi-Fi anymore. So I have a new one, and it's weird because as we're recording this, we're kind of used to this giant hulking computer and giant hulking microphone, but everything is so minimal now, so it's opened up a lot of space where we can put our notes and, flail our arms without you all seeing it. We can be spaghetti arms and stuff, yeah.
New computer, new microphone, but same show.
Yeah, don't worry, we weren't canceled. We just went on our summer hiatus, I guess you'd call it.
Yes, because God knows we needed some sort of break.
Yeah, I guess.
Or not.
But yeah, if you read the messages I post on the channel, then you knew we were going to be gone for a little bit. But we're back. So, Dad, who are we talking about today?
Well, why don't you tell us what album you picked first, and we'll start from there.
Am I even allowed to say it on the interwebs?
You've said worse.
Alright, today we're doing Bitchin' by the Donnas. So, Dad, what do I need to know about the Donnas? And even though none of their names are Donna, and I feel betrayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
The real names are Brett Anderson, Tori Castellano, Maya Ford, and Allison Robinson. They were all born in 1979, and they became friends in the 8th grade and decided, hey, let's form a band. Mm-hmm. That was in 1993. They were first known as Raggedy Ann, then the Electrocutes.
That's cute.
While still the Electrocutes, they decided to create another band at the same time. They'd be more punky, less metal. They called themselves the Donnas, kind of, sort of after the Ramones, but whereas that band had the same last name, the Donnas all had the same first name and were known as Donna A, Donna C, Donna F, and Donna R.
Okay, Ackfer.
Well, no, because of their last names.
Yeah, I know.
Good. Okay, whilst in high school in Palo Alto, California, they were gigging around the Bay Area and got the attention of producer Darren Raffaelli, who'd signed him to his Super Team label. He produced and wrote the songs for their first album, 1997's The Donnas, which was recorded at a mailboxes, etc. shop where Raffaelli worked.
What's that?
It's like a place where you can drop off packages to get sent out instead of going, like this was before the UPS, UPS store and the FedEx store, there was always mailboxes, etc.
Oh, okay, cool.
And instead of, if a post office wasn't near you, you could do letters, packages, what have you.
So kind of like how you can drop off stuff for UPS over at the Staples in Seekonk. But without a UPS being around.
But without the Staples being around.
Yeah. Oh, Staples wasn't around back then. Oh, God.
I know.
I am
maybe
baby.
They were, or maybe they were just starting out. I know. Anyway.
Back to the point.
Critics said that he was their Svengali, and they ceased their professional relationship to avoid fueling speculation.
What? What do you mean?
Well, he was running the whole show, producing them, writing the songs. Basically, he was doing everything.
Oh.
And they just decided, okay, we're just going to cease our professional relationship just so people know, yeah, we do have input in what we're doing.
Okay, that's smart.
And the band actually took a week out of high school during their senior year to tour Japan.
Shit, I'd never be allowed to do that in a million years.
Well, it depends what your band was like. When they got back, plans to go to college were put aside, and they signed with Lookout Records, which was Green Day's original label.
Oh, what are they on now?
Who?
Green Day.
Green Day?
I will find out in our Green Day episode.
Some big label. I can't remember, but they're still with one of the majors. They're doing all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, for me, they put out a terrific string of albums: American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine, Get Skin Tight, and Adonis Turned 21. In December 2001, they signed with Atlantic Records after being given a small advance, but the trade-off was they got more control over their career.
Oh, yeah, take that one then.
Their next album, 2002, Spend the Night, continued their streak of terrificness, to me anyway. The single was the great Take It Off. The Donnas were now on Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show, MTV's TRL, and The Late Show with David Letterman.
What's TRL?
Total Request Live.
Their concerts. I saw David Bowie and Eurythmics do a couple of those.
Okay.
That was a different channel, but you could call in and you'd play whatever song they asked for. Was that the thing?
Well, Total Request Live was also whatever the popular songs of the day were. You'd find out what the popular videos of
what all the kids are into these days.
Yeah, what all the youth seem to like so much these days.
To quote Steve Buscemi, how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah. Apparently our fellow kids today like WAP.
Well, the ones who are into WAP anyway.
Yes. Anyway, in 2003, they got to play on the main stage on Lollapalooza. Atlantic placed the Donnas music in lots of video game soundtracks.
Sweet.
Yep, and the band themselves contribute to a lot of movie soundtracks as well, and they actually appeared in a few movies. If you go on Wikipedia,
They're all there?
There's a good list.
Okay.
Yeah. In 2004, they released Gold Medal, the first Donnas album to use their full real names.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the album did not live up to its title as it only sold 66,000 copies.
That's not gold. In the music business, that doesn't mean shit.
Well, yeah, and I think it's because it's the most un-Donnas-like of their albums.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like the band's sound is kind of reined in. And it's a good album. It's not their greatest album. And I think it took a lot of fans by surprise. And, of course, Atlantic dropped the Donnas in 2006.
Oh.
The band signed with indie label Red Eye Incorporated and started their own Purple Feather Records.
Huh.
And now you know the significance of the feather on the cover
of
their first release, Bitchin. They released one more disc after that, Greatest Hits Volume 16, to celebrate 16 years together in 2009.
Oh, that makes sense.
They toured that summer with Pat Benatar and Blondie, and I cannot believe I missed that tour.
You did? How?
I probably was not aware of it.
Oh.
Until, I read about it online and thought, oh my God, that would have been so great to go see.
Yeah, you were probably like, what the fuck? How did I not know?
Yeah. Anyway, Tori Castellano was not able to play drums due to the shoulder tendonitis from allegedly from holding the drumsticks the wrong way. Like they were all self-taught.
Oh.
And she held them in a way that she thought was comfortable.
But it wasn't.
It caught up to her after all those years. And I kind of wondered, how is that even possible? Because to me, there's only
You just hold them, right?
You hold them either the matchstick grip, which Ringo popularized,
where you hold the
or
bottom.
the traditional way where you have I think it's the military way.
Yeah,
they call that
the other way. I know what way you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know the exact correct wording, but
if you go on Google Images and type those in, you could probably see how they hold the drumsticks.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland was probably one of the few drummers who did the traditional way. And he's just phenomenal.
Yeah, he's
anyway, like I said, I couldn't figure out how is that even possible. But then I saw the video for "Take It Off," and I had my answer. It isn't so much the way that Tori held the sticks, as much as how she used her arms. She's just almost flailing, and it's expanding all this energy. Where drumming is tough in that on one hand, you've got to be forceful, but on the other hand, you really got to watch how you're playing. It's almost like with any other instrument. I mean, guitarists and bass players, you're really susceptible to carpal tunnel.
Yes.
And it's if you're really into it, that's rock and roll, but eventually it's going to catch up to you.
Plus, you can't, as a drummer, I'm assuming you can't go full out at all times because you still have to keep the beat, and if you go too crazy, then everyone's going to just fall off the tracks.
Well, yeah, so there's kind of trying to find that balance of going nuts, but also keeping time.
Yeah.
And, there are, I'm sure, plenty of drummers who have been able and are still able to do that, so I think.
But nowadays, why need a drummer when you can have a click track?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Amy Cesari filled in. Tori left the band in 2010 to go to Stanford University.
Oh.
She graduated in 2013 and then went to Harvard Law School.
Oh, good for you. Very nice.
And a little earlier, before we started this podcast, about maybe half an hour or so ago.
9 minutes ago at this point.
Actually went on and did a search for Tori, her full name, and found her LinkedIn page, which is linked into Harvard. And I thought, I'm going to see if I can connect. So I just sent a little message saying, "Hi, Tori, I'm a huge Donnas fan." So we'll see what happens.
We'll update you when we find out. We'll probably do a mini episode if there's any follow-up.
Which would take about 3 seconds to say, yes, she accepted, or no, she did not.
Oh, but speaking of follow-up, just to sidetrack a little bit, we did hear back from Marty Jones, and she still remembers who Dad is, so, hey, nice little update. Anyway.
Okay, anyway.
Yep.
The Donnas officially called it a day in 2017.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Which, they hadn't really recorded anything since 2009 when they put out their greatest hits.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always things of like, yeah, we're going to work on the next album or we're going to tour. And I think they just kind of realized, this is over.
Yeah.
As of 2019, singer Brett Anderson was completing a psychology degree at Stanford.
Cool.
Guitarist Allison Robertson went on to form the band Chelsea Girls in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what she's doing after that.
Mm-hmm.
As for bassist Maya Ford, the last thing I was able to find online was a 2007 interview on YouTube she did for the Keep Her Breast Foundation. And she, among others, got a breast cast done, which was auctioned off to raise money for the foundation.
Oh, that's nice.
After that, I don't know what's happened. So if anyone out there knows, or even if Maya, if you're out there, let us know.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as for me,
yes,
I came in when Take It Off came out in 2002. I heard it on WBRU.
Well, rest in peace.
Which, yep, as always, and loved it. And I got to see the Donnas later that year, or it might have been maybe early 2003 with Mike.
Oh, really? He's a fan too?
Well, it was because they opened for Joan Jett.
Oh, nice. That was awesome.
Kev.
Yeah.
Got to go see Joan Jett. So they played at Brown's Meehan Hockey Auditorium, where obviously the Brown Bears play. Mm-hmm. And it was a good, solid show, but unfortunately the Donnas had to fight a crappy sound system.
Why? What happened?
Just a lot of microphone feedback.
Oh.
And yeah.
That always sucks.
I felt really bad for them. I love their no BS rock and roll sound. It's like, keep it simple, keep it catchy, and keep it loud. Mm-hmm. And same with the lyrics. And for me, I'm impressed at how many variations of the bad girl life they were able to come up with. And, okay, it's more like good, bad, but not evil, to quote the Shangri-Las. Mm-hmm. These were the girls in high school who would have easily kicked my ass. No problem at all.
Yeah, probably mine too.
And, I'll be the first to admit that a lot of their songs sound the same.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
And sometimes I'd be hard-pressed to tell you which songs come from which album. Mm-hmm. But I love their stuff, so there. I mean, it's like I have a best of Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, Pharaohization, and it's 24 songs.
I love Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
And almost all of the songs sound like Wooly Bully. And this...
what about Little Red Riding Hood, though?
Like I said, almost all of them.
Oh, almost all of them,
yeah.
Okay.
And I've played this disc for some people, and some people it has driven absolutely nuts.
Who?
And Mike. Mike was like, Kev, I got to get out of this car right now.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I had to stop playing it for him because he probably would have jumped out.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
I know. But for me, it's like, I just love that sound. I love that groove. And it's almost like Bo Diddley when Ron Wood asked him, all your songs are in A, when are you going to do something different? Well, when I'm finished with the A.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with that. I'm sure everyone must have like a band or a group where it's like they just have this sound and it just sounds the same, but they do it so well. And I that's the case with the Donnas. For me, they just have that groove, if you will, and they're just going to work it into the ground, and I have no problem with it.
All right, that's your opinion.
Yep. Apparently, you have a different opinion.
Yes.
Bitchin' came out in 2007, and it's their last album of original material. Jay Rustin produced, and he's been like all over the place. He's also either produced or engineered Meatloaf, Diana DeGarmo, who I just kind of vaguely know from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, with Cosmo. And she's my little boo. And then he starts singing. It's Diana DeGarmo's voice.
Yep. Diana Ross and Anthrax.
What? So, that's an eclectic mix.
Yes. Now, on Bitchin', he gives the Donnas, to me, like a Joan Jett meets Def Leppard kind of sound. And I love that. It's 14 songs in 45 minutes. And for me, that's like a definite bang for the buck. I mean, say what you want to say in 3 minutes, 3.5 at the most. I am perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, you are.
And, I will also be the first to admit that the bulk of the song titles are generic.
Yeah.
But let's see what they do with them.
Okay. First song, Bitchin'. As far as an intro song goes, this doesn't really grab me. When they say I'm gonna listen up, I hear them yelling in my ear, but they haven't really gotten my attention. I guess it's just to pump you up for the rest of the album, but don't pump me up by saying I'm going to get pumped up. Just write a kick-ass song and that'll get me going plenty. And when they screamed, more, 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 it kind of had the same grating on my nerves as Veruca Salt. Daddy, I want it now! Where it felt like an incessant toddler asking for more candy or pizza to the point where you have to spell it. like with Kelsey and Logan yesterday. I'm also not really threatened or stoked when they say heads are gonna roll because they haven't done anything yet to prove to me that heads are most definitely gonna roll. As the music, I'm sorry, that siren at the beginning definitely sounds fake and like it was filtered through a computer. The intro reminds me of another rock song, but I can't think of the name of it. However, the opening guitar riff did remind me of Chelsea Dagger by the Fratellis, though. But I'll only make plagiarism accusations depending on which one came first. So to sum up my thoughts on the opening, meh.
Ooh, it's kind of close as to which came first. Anyway, for me, I kind of looked at it as like the album statement of purpose because their last album was gold medal and it was like a calmer Donnas. So I think that they were just coming back with this song. They were saying, yeah, we're back. This is what we're going to do. This is how you'll take it. Understood? And it does start off kind of slow and grungy for the first minute and then it just kicks in. And it's like, do not get in Donna A's way. And, it's like they mean business. And it's, like I said, it's a statement of purpose. It's like, we're back, we're bad. And, just hang on for the ride. And by the way, for you non-vowels out there, bitchin' means awesome, cool, hot, or excellent. Mm-hmm. Urban Dictionary dates its usage back to the 1960s, possibly on the West Coast.
Wow.
Maybe even earlier.
That's a lot older than I thought it was.
Yeah, because everyone probably became familiar with it in the 80s with Valley Girl, the Frank Zappa song.
Yeah, I remember back when I used to work at Whole Foods, we sell this dip called Bitchin sauce, and one irritated customer came up to my supervisor and was like, "How dare you sell something with this type of language on it?" And she's like, "Lady, we can't control what they print on the label."
Oh, yeah, the salsa.
The salsa, yeah. It's really good dipping sauce for chips.
And to be even more specific, there's two ways to spell bitchin'.
Okay.
The one that the Donnies used.
With the N? And just the
apostrophe.
N? Yep.
And then there's also Bitchen.
I've never seen that one. Not even on the sauce one.
That's the one I'm more familiar with.
Oh, okay. I'm more familiar with the one that the Donnas use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next song, Don't Wait Up For Me. And this is my first note as soon as I read the title. After that first track, I don't think I will.
Whoa!
I told you were not going to be prepared.
So can I just say that you're bitching?
Yeah, I'm bitching about bitching.
Okay, go ahead.
Roll credits.
Thanks, everybody.
And we're out of here. Good night, people. No. We still got a lot to do. All right. So the vibe I got from this track was she's hooking up with a guy who isn't in love with her, but more so this is a dude who has the attitude of, I like having sex with you, but I'm going to be the only guy you're having sex with, right? And her response, don't wait up for me because I'm young and pretty, life is short, and there's so much to be sampled right now. To quote Sondheim, a lot to be sampled and seen in the meanwhile. Very much wham bam, thank you ma'am. The chorus is catchy. I could see girls jamming out to this in a crowded concert. The sentiment I agree with the most, though, is I have your number, doesn't mean I have to call you.
Oh, that's how I start off mine.
Yeah, because I've always found the etiquette surrounding texting/calling and hookups to be rather weird, because apparently there's this unspoken rule where if you hook up with someone, you're supposed to wait X amount of minutes before texting or calling them back, so as not to come off too clingy, but also don't let too much time pass, otherwise you won't have sex with that person again. Why can't I just message them when I want to? I mean, in this case, etiquette be damned. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like how it starts off with those priceless lines. Boy, I've got your number. That doesn't mean I have to call you.
Yeah.
That's great. Brett's on the mission to do everything and every guy in one night, and pal, you are just a stop on the way.
Yeah.
But when she comes for you, you damn well better be ready.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because now they're like, this came out in 2007, they're almost pushing 30.
Mm-hmm.
At the time this came out, and it's still like this party hardy all night long thing, which I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, how old do you have to be to stop partying hardy? Unless you're like Otto the bus driver.
Well, remember that story?
Sorry, little dudes. Party hardy equals tardy.
Oh, Otto. But, well, remember that story Deanna told us yesterday about beer pong lady?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just I'm not going to tell this story since it's not our business, but it just shows some people refuse to believe that they should settle down. So maybe, but with the Donna sense that I'm getting, it's like maybe they want to have a couple of last hurrahs before, adulting and paying bills settles in.
Yeah, that's a good point. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not putting it down. It's more out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure there are people who are probably my age and older who are still like,
Yeah.
I'm going to drink until I see double.
Pretty much. Oh my god. Well, also sometimes you'll see these posts of like, what was it? Older people who are just like still going batshit crazy in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I'm like, you know what? You do you. Good for you guys.
Well, I mean, I can kind of see that in a way as I'm approaching the 60s.
Yeah.
3 years left.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, you still want to be active. You still want to be vital. You don't want to spend those years sitting in a chair with the clicker wondering what's on TV.
Oh, yeah, but at the same time, but like, be active, but don't be like waking up with a hangover every morning.
So what you're saying is don't embarrass my daughter.
Don't embarrass my mother.
Well, I was kind of assuming she'd be next to me going, what?
Yeah, but I'll be sitting there on the couch eating my chips, being like, fucking hey, you go off.
Thank you, Jules.
Yeah, Dad. All right, so next song, Wasted. And so at first I thought I could guess what kind of wasted they were talking about here, but it turns out I was wrong. So, well, she's like wasted on the guy's love, not like, chugging. All right.
I mean, love is the drug, or maybe lust in this case.
Ooh, I talk about Grace Jones later. All right, so, but for some reason, I'm not buying that this song is about love. If it was, then I feel like this song would reflect more of the vibe of a toxic relationship. It does sound a little bit toxic on her end, though. The vibe, though, that I'm getting from this song, though, is more like lust drunk teen with raging hormones. Because think about it. When you were a teen and the hormones started raging through your body, you probably did some stupid shit. And I certainly had intense attraction to people in my 20s, as well as when I was in high school, but it's not even close to the same level. Like, both times, I've been a basket case. But in my 20s, I know how to cope with it more than when I was 14, 15, 16 years old experiencing these feelings for the first time. However, if this is a grown-ass adult singing this song and you hinted that, like, they're kind of getting there, then maybe there's something else going on because it sounds like this guy's hold over her is causing her to act stupid in public. So someone get
interesting.
Yeah, so someone get this woman some greasy food and let her have a good night's sleep to get this guy out of her system.
Okay, what is the greasy food?
Greasy food is like, have you ever heard of drunk food? Food that you eat when you're drunk to kind of get sober, or food that you better appreciate when you're drunk.
Is this kind of like having the munchies after you're high?
Having the munchies after you're high, or just getting something in your system to absorb all the alcohol that's just
that I've
around
heard.
your
Yeah,
stomach.
that I've heard of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, it's more love is the drug, or maybe in this case, lust.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's a catchy, fast tune,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of all I really have to add to it.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess it's going to be this thing of like, maybe one last hurrah, or no, damn it, we are still going to keep going.
For better or for worse.
And I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, everyone's got their own...
I know, just...
agenda?
Yeah, it's like, just be safe and make sure you're all consenting adults. That's it. Other than that, do whatever the hell you want. It's your own business.
And make sure you call an Uber to take you home.
Yes, don't drive.
Oh my God, I am that old fart.
All right, next song. What do I have to do?
Yeah, what do you have to do?
Give us a good album, that's what.
Oh!
Sorry!
Whoa.
You were not going to be prepared. I warn you, but oh no, it's just a wee rabbit. All right, so, and speaking of how you said earlier that all this music sounded the same, I just realized what all this music reminded me of. It sounds like the stuff they play at McCoy Stadium when members of the Paw Sox come up to bat. Like all their fight songs, but in like one album. It has like the same tone of intensity. Yeah.
Like supercharged?
Supercharged, yeah.
And what the hell's wrong with that?
I don't know, it's just a vibe I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting to be thinking of McCoy Stadium while I was listening to this album. I wasn't expecting to think of baseball games.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a woman who's hot for a guy that's leading her on, and she wants to know what she has to do to make him want her back just as much. My advice would be go find someone else at this point, because this guy doesn't give her an answer by the end of the song, so there's really no point in staying with him anymore. And I'm sorry, but when I hear the phrase, "you're tearing me apart," all I can think of is The Room, when Tommy Wiseau says, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa!" And I guess today Tommy Wiseau's real name was found out, and turns out he's an old Polish dude who's in his 60s. But I'm not going to reveal his real name online, because that would be kind of sketchy of me. Anyway.
It would?
Well,
Well, you can tell me off...
Off camera, yeah. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, what do I have to do? Yeah, Brett's got it bad for this guy who just doesn't give a crap, and so she asks the musical question.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this is like a definite 180 from Don't Wait Up For Me.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is. It's definitely 180.
Yep. But I guess, bad girls, and I'm using my quotation fingers here, need love too. And great sing-along chorus, and I'm going to keep repeating that phrase because they have all these terrific choruses that you can just like sing along, pump your fist, go up and get that bear at McCoy Stadium, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, next one. All right, Save Me. I kind of get the feeling that this woman is partying hard because her life is kind of empty and she wants someone to come along that she can lose herself in and be eclipsed by. Because if she has someone to take care of her, she doesn't have to try to struggle by herself anymore. However, something about this song tells me she's not going to be saved. Not really. Because even if she does find someone, you can't just dump all your emotional shit on someone and expect it to go away. I mean, it helps to have someone to talk to, but she has to do a little bit of work on herself if she really wants to be happy. But something tells me we're not going to get this deep on an album that's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There's also one worrisome lyric where she says she wants more and it feels good when it's not allowed, so I'm going to give a piece of advice. If you want to try something new and risky, just because it's new and risky and you want to avoid being bored, do some research and see if this is something you really want to do at all. Because I guarantee you, if you don't think before you leap, or at least take precautions, you're gonna get hurt.
Wow, you are very practical.
Thank you.
I raised you well.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
Yeah, at first I was kind of lost on this, because on one hand it was I'm going to party till I die, but on the other hand, save me from another good time. And, I came at the point of like, maybe she just wants to party one-on-one instead of with the crowd who expects her to go through the same party shenanigans each time. And it's just wiping her out. And maybe it's just more time to, maybe she just wants something more personal. Like you said, of like just having one person instead of the whole crowd. But like you said, I thought it was interesting about, you can't dump all that crap on someone.
They can only bear it for so long.
Yeah, I suppose, unless they're like-minded.
Or unless they're a therapist. In that case, that's what they're paid to do, so you can.
Oh, I wonder if that's why she majored in psychology.
Oh. You'll be onto something here.
And again, another catchy shout-along chorus.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you've noticed about rock and roll, but it's like the verses are always unintelligible, but once you get to that chorus, it's got to be clear as day, because fans need to sing along to something. Yeah.
All right, next song, Like an Animal. This is the first time the music really grabbed me, especially with the distorted roars of a big cat in the background. But I can see Carol Baskin listening to this and getting ready to sue their ass off. All right.
Why, are those Carol's cats in the background?
I don't know.
Or kittens?
If there's a cat involved, she's going to find a way to stir some shit. All right, so this was the track on the album that woke me up after the previous 5 songs sounded the same and were starting to blend into one another. I feel like the type of animalistic longing depicted in the song is something that people are familiar with in the sense they've heard about it, if not experienced it. Whether or not that type of behavior is something you're into, that's up to you, whatever floats your boat. The lyric that does concern me, though, is that when she mentions the drip from my lip, and I'm thinking, oh god, no, don't let it be blood. Because that's one thing that freaks me out even in movies and TV, like in I, Claudius, where Messalina clawed that poor dude's back.
Oh, yeah.
Or even in Star Trek when Worf and K'Ehleyr, like, they were getting all horny and they squeezed each other's hands until they bled.
They were like, almost like an animal.
Yeah, like, blood, like in my view, blood means something that's gone wrong. Yuck. Yeah.
Plus, then, the transmittable diseases come along.
Yeah. Once again, the singer hits at engaging at this type of behavior in public. And listen, if you're in the bedroom alone, you're 2 consenting adults, do whatever the hell you want. But in public, jeez, I'm just trying to enjoy my day. It's like that meme, oh man, right in front of my salad.
I like that.
Yeah, that was from that clip is actually a meme from like a porno where it's like I haven't seen it, but like it was going viral on YouTube where these three people are at a restaurant and the two porn actors start going at it, and the woman they're eating lunch with goes, "Oh man, right in front of my salad."
And then I'm sure she joined in after she finished her salad.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, this song for me, nasty and catchy, yes please. And there's that line, don't bother saying please if you want to ravage me. Yeah, okay, I withdraw my manners. But yeah, this is like all, how do I want to put this? Like all common sense, all brain function has just ceased. All the blood has rushed to the nether regions, and they are just in control. Anything's going to happen. Furniture's going to get broken.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Body parts probably too.
Or at least scratched or bruised.
Going to the emergency room.
Yeah.
Trying to explain how those
marks
scratches, how'd that get there? Bad paper cut. 5 times in a row. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, God. That reminds me of, like, this thing in Scenes from a Hat where it's, like, lies you told your dry cleaner. And Wayne Brady brings in his suit and he looks at it and goes, it's ice cream.
Oh, jeez.
And then Ryan Stiles looks at it and goes, oh, yeah, looks like a bit of pizza sauce on there as well.
This is Judy Tenuta line that you just reminded me of, where she's put in charge of babysitting her brother Bosco.
On what show?
Oh, she was a comedian. This is her first album that I have.
Okay.
And her mom goes home. Judy, what's Bosco's severed arm doing on the kitchen table? Bad paper cut. But yeah, this is just like, balls to the walls, rampant sex.
Fuckery, yeah.
They probably haven't even stopped to put on the safety equipment.
Oh no, this is bareback. This is hardcore shit. All right, so
this is go to the doctor after, get your test just to make sure.
Yeah, or at least if you don't want to be embarrassed, go into like Walgreens. You're like, hey, where's the aspirin? Where's the icy hot? Oh,
where's the stuff behind the counter that I don't need a prescription for, please and thank you?
The things you see at a pharmacy at 3 a.m. All right, so next song. Here for the Party.
That title pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, I think I realized the perfect word to describe this album. Nymphomaniac. Listen, I don't mind albums where all the songs are about sex, but I don't think I'm the type of person the Donnas are trying to seduce, or if not seduce, rip the pants off of. So it all just falls flat on me. Might not fall, it definitely won't fall flat on other people. Well, in the
early days, the slogan was, every mother's worst nightmare, every boy's teenage dream.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised they didn't go the whole hog and say wet dream, but I guess that wouldn't work. All right, this also doesn't sound like a party where we're going to have fun. It just sounds like a party where no one's having fun but acting like they're having fun so as to escape their pain of being alive. And also, if the guy doesn't want to dance, he doesn't have to. He can just sit with a drink in the corner and watch and brood. This party doesn't sound fun, just irritating. If I was invited to this party, I'd pull a Tiago, say hi to the people I know, stay for a few songs, and then leave so I can say I made an appearance.
That is like the best strategy.
Yes.
Especially when you don't want to be
I give him props for that.
Me too. I kind of looked at it a little differently, where it's just like, leave the romance and the extraneous bullshit behind. Mm-hmm. Just loosen up, have a few too many, dance your ass off, and that's it. Just keep it simple, Mm-hmm. And it kind of reminds me of a Go-Go song called Yes or No, where Belinda Carlisle just goes up to this guy and says, do you want to dance? That's all I'm looking for. Nothing else. Just a simple yes or no. Maybe a couple of songs, and that's it. Just keep it simple. Mm-hmm. Which, makes things a lot easier. And for me, great na-na-na background vocals. And the thing that cracks me up is that harmonica at the end.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good old fashioned party.
Oh God!
Yeehaw! It just cracks me up.
Oh God! All right, next song. Better Off Dancing. All I can think of is "Gotta Dance" from Singing in the Rain. Basically, this song can be summed up in one Disney scene. You threw off my groove. I'm sorry, but you have thrown off the Emperor's groove. Sorry. This guy is giving this woman unwanted attention, and she doesn't want to dance with a partner. She just wants to dance solo. Then again, maybe not solo, but just not with this particular partner. Until then, she's going to let loose at the club and go nuts.
See, I kind of looked at it as something different after a close study of the lyrics, which I found them all on that purple website.
A to Z lyrics or Genius lyrics?
The A to Z one.
A to Z, yeah.
Because at first I was looking at the booklet and I realized, wait a minute, I need my magnifying glass. And then even with the magnifying glass, I'm going like this, and I thought, I can't do this. I can't keep like sliding back and forth. I got to have the whole thing on screen. And amazingly enough, A to Z had the whole album.
Yeah.
So thanks, A to Z. Love you guys.
Hashtag not sponsored.
What?
Hashtag not sponsored. They're not paying for this video. That's not why we're plugging them. We're plugging them
because they're not paying us and we're not paying them.
Nope, not a dime.
Nope.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. I hate that ad. Oh, God.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
The season could be out.
Yeah.
Anyway, after a close study of the lyrics, I thought this was more a variation of Dancing with Myself. And I could be wrong, but I'm sticking with that, where it's like, you know, she kind of has had it with the guy, and she's like, I can have more fun with myself, if you know what I mean. I think you do.
Can I ask a question about...
The horizontal bob.
Can I ask a question about Dancing with Myself, though? Who's the woman who did a cover of that?
There's a woman who did a cover of that?
Yeah. And I don't know who it is. We played it at Smarts, and I don't know who did it.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because I knew it wasn't Billy Idol, because I know his voice is not that high.
Yeah, I wish I had an answer for you.
Okay.
I just always assumed it was his version. So yeah, that's the point of view I was coming at. That it was just, you know, I can have a more fun time with myself and the appropriate instruments thereof. So I will just see you later. Because that's how bad you are, guy. That's how bad you are.
All right, next one. Love You Till It Hurts. Nope, this ain't about love, and I knew it's about lovemaking, and I knew it from the first note. This song feels like Grace Jones Light, but instead of me being scared and horny, I'm just uncomfortable. And again, do whatever you want, as long as you're both consenting adults, but that mark sounds like a literal one, and it sounds like it's gonna hurt.
Not a skid mark.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like...
Paper cut.
Yeah, let's call it that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I wouldn't be so averse to this song if I knew the person receiving her attention was into this sort of thing. But since I don't know that, I'm left uneasy, and for some reason, I don't see her singing this to some sort of muscly, leather-clad butch guy. It feels predatory in the sense she eats men for breakfast. Maybe if there was a music video where she is with a leather-clad guy, then it'd be kind of cool seeing a woman take charge with a tough guy. But without that visual, it's not one of the sexiest songs in the world about inflicting pain. Wow,
you really put a lot of thought into what's the other person thinking.
Yeah. Is the other person okay?
I really don't think that.
That's what I'm worried about.
It's,
I'm like,
it's a generational shift, I suppose.
Probably, but like, are you okay? Are you comfortable? Do you want me to call a ride for you, honey? Are you all right?
I mean, I heard this song and I thought, I think we've covered this territory already, have we not?
Grace,
but
yeah.
Please don't beat me up. No, I mean on the album itself.
Oh, okay,
yeah. And no, I don't have a problem with it. Maybe it's because. And call me sexist, maybe it's because, wow, it's this woman, and she's singing this stuff. To me? What? No way. Because I think the bulk of rock and roll, you get guys singing to women.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
What do you think a good percentage is? 90%? 80?
Let's call it 85.
Let's call it 85.
Yeah.
So I think when women do it, it's kind of like,
oh,
what?
Shit, yeah.
Really?
Women can be sexually powerful too. Yeah, but it's a nice, refreshing change.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the reasons why WAP was so popular, because it was like a woman finally saying, you know, if you can't satisfy me to the point where I have a WAP, then what's the point of keeping you around? I demand nothing less. Bow before me, peasant.
And apparently there are some who like it dry. Well, I think that's the way it's supposed to be.
Ben Shapiro. Couldn't effing resist. There's actually a petition online going around now to buy his wife like a vibrator.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Yeah. Oh man.
The Junior Patrick.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Patrick doesn't leave women without a WAP. You know he doesn't. And Steven's too scared too. And Jeff. Oh, Jeffrey.
It would just go wrong.
It would go
so many
way
ways.
wrong, yeah.
Okay.
No, you know who would be awesome? You know who would really like WAP on that show?
Susan.
Sally.
That's true.
She would. She'd see the point of it.
Yep.
Especially after that episode with Patrick, where they're doing the chess game.
Yes.
She'd be into that song.
Yep.
All right. Next song, Smoke You Out. So when I was listening to this song last night, I had just come home from a barbecue before listening to this song. So all I could think of was liquid smoke in the grill and that really good brisket I ate. And I was like, brisket. Anyway.
That brisket was so good.
Oh my God. It was like pork belly. It was so tender. Holy shit. We've got some in the fridge.
So now what's the best part of it? Was it the...
The point.
The point.
The point, not the flat.
Not the flat. That point was so good.
That point was so good.
The woman meeting out the barbecue. I asked her, well, which do you recommend? She says, well, the what was it?
The point.
The point. She said it's fattier, but the meat is more fall apart. And I thought I will give it a shot. And oh my God, she was just so right. It was just like almost melt in your mouth. It was so good. So yeah, Smoke You Out, barbecue.
Oh wait, I'm not. Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah.
But besides the barbecue, this song reminded me of the lyric in David Bowie's China Girl or Iggy Pop's China Girl. I'll ruin everything you are. But while in the context of that song, that lyric was about westernizing an Asian woman, in this song, I'll ruin everything you are is about breaking in some noob. She's gonna sleep with this guy, and he's gonna be tarnished, dirtied, defiled. Every negatively connotated word about losing your virginity in the book.
Kind of like Jane teaming up with Oliver.
Oh,
because she told him everything that she was going to do.
Yeah, and then she didn't do it.
And they never got around to it.
Nope.
Because they kept getting interrupted.
Thanks, Steve and Susan. Stupid Susan having a baby. How dare she? And then the song goes from rough and ready to everybody clapping and having a good time with all the harmonies in the background. Yay? Very puzzling, but I do know that this song doesn't make me think of sex. It makes me think of that brisket point sandwich I ate. That was so good.
Now, call me crazy, but for me...
You're crazy.
The verses are almost Dylan-esque in the imagery.
No. I don't see it.
Syrup sinks in by 10:30? Like, what the hell is that? I mean, I was looking at the...
That's what it is.
Giggity, giggity.
Giggity goo.
Yeah, I was reading these lyrics and I thought, this is really strange. Maybe I should have made more... I like to think I made an effort trying to figure out, what does this mean? What does this mean? Mm-hmm. So, Bob, if you're out there listening, you might have some thoughts on this. But for me, the chorus is pure Donnas. It's catchy. It's sing-along. And yeah, the cheering at the end kind of...
It's weird. It's like...
But it's like, yeah, she smoked them out. Yeah. Expect people to hold up number placards with like 9s or 10s on them.
Oh God, like the Olympics, and the poor guy's lying at the ground like, like that prostitute that Messalina had the competition with.
Oh yeah.
And then she just comes out like. All right, next song, Girl Talk. I like the distorted sound of talking at the beginning. Very nice brief departure from the sound of the previous songs in this album, and a nice little additional touch of the beeps as the Donnas spell the word girl talk. Well, the song isn't the flowery stereotypes of girls dishing about shopping or shoes or what guys they like. This is spreading dirty, filthy rumors, and I pictured around a high school.
Yeah.
Yet I can't decide if this gives me more of a Mean Girls or Heathers vibe, so I'm going to go with Heathers because that movie had the 80s grit I think fits this song, and it also definitely sounds like a man in murder. Yeah, I think if I had to listen to a song about spreading rumors, I would listen to Adele's aptly titled Rumor Has It, which has this gorgeous, sexy, dangerous tone. Yeah, if I was pissed off enough, I think I might put this one on if I really had to rage.
Yeah, I looked at it as like some girl's about to get sprayed with whoop ass.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like, an okay song. I think the chorus saves it, and the spelling's a nice touch.
Yes.
And it just reminded me of Girls Talk, which was an Elvis Costello song, but Dave Edmunds did a much better job with it.
Oh, okay.
He got it.
Kudos to Dave Edmunds.
Yes.
For making Elvis Costello sound good. Okay.
All right, come back to me.
Yes, sorry.
Give me what I want.
Okay, so this song feels like part 2 of Girl Talk, or at least shares the same themes of Girl Talk, but this time there's a touch of blackmail to sweeten the deal. Give me what I want, or I'm going to tell them the truth about you. And with this song, I think I realized why I don't like this album, or at least the songs on it. These women sound like bullies. And not even a romanticized version where they torture people who are dicks. They just mess with people and screw people, literally and figuratively, because they get off on it. And I really don't like that. It makes me kind of disgusted. if this album empowers you, then good for you, I guess. But it doesn't empower me. It just makes me. I got really mad listening to it last night. I was super mad while I was typing.
What, this song?
Yeah, this song. I was pissed off. I was really fucking mad.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I came at it from a different point of view than you did.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I thought it was more like she's coming out of the past back into this guy's life, and supposedly he's changed. He's kept his nose clean. He's become respectable. But she knew him when, and I think she gets him by the short and curlies. It's like, give me what I want. What could that be? Or I'll tell everyone what you're really like. I'm like, whoa, that's some serious shit ass blackmail.
Yeah.
You never heard that phrase before?
I've heard the short ones, not the short and curlies, but I get why.
Yeah.
Yeah. No need to go into that.
But that's interesting. I never thought of it from your perspective. It kind of makes sense that way too.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, girl, yeah, I know what you really like.
Yeah.
So, give me $50,000 in cash and unmarked bills,
and no one gets hurt.
And no one gets hurt, especially you.
It's like the cutting and pasting of the magazines. If you want to see your daughter again, you know.
But that's interesting, like how it made you that angry.
Yeah, but it comes across in my review for the next song, Tonight's All Right. And my first note was, I don't know what the song is about and I don't care. But it sounds like it's about a fight and tonight's the night she's going to settle the score. I'm not even rooting for her. I just hope they kick her ass and teach her humilité. I'm not feeling the rock or the beat. I'm just sick of her shit, acting all tough when she's really a narcissistic jerk that thinking it makes her all tough. Just sit your ass down. And then I wrote, ... Holy shit, this album is making me angry. Yeah.
Well, again, I came at it from a different point of view.
And again, that's fine. That's what the show's about.
I looked at it as, life's been a crap fest, but it doesn't matter as long as you don't stop the rock or the beat. Mm-hmm. That's how I looked at it. Because as Pete Townshend once said, rock and roll won't solve your problems, but it will let you sort of dance all over them. And that's kind of the message I got. I didn't look at it as like she was about to try and kick someone's ass. It was kind of like life was beating her up, and like this was her refuge.
Okay. All right. Final track. When the show is over. I'm glad she's all alone, but it feels like she's not getting why she's all alone. It reminded me of that guy in season 4 of The Good Place who can't get why people don't like him.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about.
I wish I could remember his name.
The guy that she tried to pull out of the pit.
It begins with a B, right?
Brett?
Yeah, I think Brett. Yeah.
Okay, only in this case it's for different reasons than Brett. But she thinks she deserves the spotlight when she really doesn't, and she can only look from afar as she sees these people who have each other's backs and whisper longingly about how she wants someone who has her back. It kind of reminded me of in Once Upon a Time when Emma Swan became the Dark One, and she was so evil that, her family kind of had to take a break from her for a while, so she would, watch them, having dinner and being happy and being like, why can't I be a part of that? Maybe it's because you're fucking evil, I don't know. But anyway, with this song, I'm going to use my sarcastic Homestar voice. Oh, wow, I feel so bad for you. It's like Seinfeld. No hugs, no learning.
Wow, and again, I am coming at this from a different viewpoint because I am taking it literally. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is their final original song, and I look at it as almost a confessional one at that, where Brett is saying we've done these tours, we've done these concerts, the drugs backstage, they're available, you take them, maybe you shouldn't, and it's the only time that it's great is being on stage. You've got that feeling, but the times between the gigs is kind of you're just doing whatever you can to get through it, to get to the next one. But even then on stage, it's she's looking out, and it's the people in the audience, they've got each other, but I'm still alone when the show is over.
Yeah.
And then it just ends, and that's their last original song, and it's kind of like a sad way to end the career. But maybe it was just realizing, this maybe is kind of what it's come to. We're kind of at the end of the line, and maybe it's time to just pack it in.
It's not surprising, hearing that song, it just reiterates it's not surprising that so many rock and roll musicians have so many mental health problems, sink into depression, anxiety, addiction. It's like what Barbara Cook said when she's when you're on stage, it's fine, but it's 3 a.m., the show's over, and you're alone. Man, you're really alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it looks like they came out okay. I mean, Brett went on to major in psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Tori's a lawyer.
Yeah, they're doing fine now.
Yeah,
they found their own thing.
Which good for them because you really don't hear about that a lot, about
other careers,
bands doing that sort of thing. It's like trying to live off the royalties or touring forever.
Mm-hmm.
But just to go from like, yeah, we've been this rock and roll band for, almost 20 years, and all of a sudden it's like, yes, I will be I'll be listening to your problems for the next 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yes, I'll be prosecuting your ass.
Mm-hmm. Or defending your ass. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, final thoughts. This album went from being meh to something I legitimately didn't like. The protagonists of all these songs irritated me and then made me fucking pissed off. This album is just not for me, plain and simple. I don't hate the Donnas, I just don't agree with the viewpoints of the characters and the songs they create. I don't want more. I'm done with all their bitching.
Well, for me, I think I told you before we even started this podcast, I said, this is my least favorite album by them.
Yeah, you said this, that, you hinted that might have changed, though.
It did.
How much?
Well, I think the playing on it is solid on this album. I forgot how catchy the songs are. And special shout out to Allison Robinson, who just shreds on this album. She just puts in some great guitar work, especially with the solos. And yeah, for me, it's like a different sound than from their early days. But for me, it works. It's that weird combination of Joan Jett and Def Leppard, and they make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm surprised at how fast these songs come and go. Most clock in at 3 and change, and a few of them are a little under 3.
Yes.
And they keep it fast, simple, catchy, and loud. Mm-hmm. And I think they do a pretty good job with all 4 of those things. It's what am I going to remember this album 5 minutes after I listen to it? Maybe some of the choruses.
I'm not, because it all just blends into one for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I thought this was my least favorite, but listening to it again changed my mind. Now my least favorite could possibly be Gold Medal, but I'll go back and listen to that and think, yeah, maybe it's all right, or nah, it's still missing a little something. And another thing about the sound, for me, it's a little too clean compared to their earlier albums, but man, it's catchy. The songs come in, they smack you in the head, and then they leave you before you knew it happened. And that baby, to me, is rock and roll. So I'd recommend this album, but if you only wanted one Donnas album, the one I would recommend is the Donnas Turn 21.
Okay.
For me, that is just like, it's just a great album, solid from beginning to end, catchy stuff, and it's more, I hate to say age appropriate because I don't want to say, well, when you're a certain age, you need to act a certain way, because everyone's just exposed to different stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, the Donnas turned 21. They all turned 21 when that album came out, and I think they nail that age perfectly of what they're going through. And maybe as you're getting into 30, being the one who wants to kick someone else's ass, maybe that's not the thing you want to be doing when you're you're facing your 30s.
Yeah, be careful, you'll throw out your back.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like Uncle Michael once said, in your 20s you learn, in your 30s you earn.
Oh, yeah.
Which he did.
And on that note, all right, as always, thank you for listening to another episode of My Dad Listens to This. If you like this video, great. If you don't like it, well, too bad. We're going to be making more, especially now my computer's fixed. If you have any specific thoughts, comment below. If you want to know when we get more videos, either subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr to get the episodes. Or if you're friends with my dad and you want to get the episodes through him, email him, and he can email the episode to you.
Yes, I actually waved to the microphone.
He does. It's very cute. All right, so thank you for listening, and we'll be back next time with another album to nitpick and gripe about, because if it's Sunday,
My dad listens to this?
Yeah.
It could be any day of the week. We just tell you it's Sunday.
Yeah.
But no, it really is Sunday.
Take that, Chuck Todd. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.